Right now, I would like to introduce Mr. Bill Garrett. Mr. Garrett works down at the summit, and he's going to introduce our presenter, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about what happens at the summit and how you can get your troops down there.
All right. I don't know if Bill's on yet. My name is Matt Reinick. I'm the director of outdoor adventures here at the Summit Bechtel Reserve, and I'm ready to present. It looks like I don't have the ability to share my screen just yet, so
give us just a second there, Matt. We'll get you set up.
Yep. All good. All good. Thanks, Thomas. All right. There we go. There it is. So bear with me for just a second as I get this thing set up. All righty. So as we go through the presentation, this is for the James C. Justice National Scout Camp, a part of the Summit Bechtel Reserve in southern West Virginia. So we are glad to have the opportunity to share a little bit of information with you this evening. Is my screen sharing okay, just as a confirmation? And everybody can hear me okay? All right. So if you do have questions throughout the presentation, feel free to throw it in the chat there, and I'll be happy to either address those in line or as we wrap up the presentation. So points of contact, just so everybody has them, our camp director, Wally Lester, couldn't join us this evening, but he is a great wealth of knowledge and information. Nick Andrews is a longtime staffer here at SBR, and he'll be our seasonal program director. We have an entire registration department that's dedicated to help support you and make this process and transition easy. And finally, there's my contact information as well. So just to give everybody a quick update and a little bit of insight into COVID-19 and how that's affecting camp operations this summer, we continue to plan and prepare. Our procedures continue to be updated to keep participants safe. So if you'd like to see a full summary of the details of our COVID-19 preparedness and updates, you can view those at summitbsa.org/COVID-19. And if you'd like to have a sense of what our operations look like as a whole, our operational procedures, I'd encourage you to go to summitbsa.org/new normal. So again, just as an awareness, the summit is in close contact with local and state health officials, and we are in constant review of our COVID-19 mitigation and operating plans. But here's a few things that you can expect as we get ready for the 2021 camp experience. A pre-screening process that'll take place over several days prior to you leaving to come to camp. What that typically looks like is a 5-day temperature check and just check in with your unit before you leave to come to make sure that everybody is feeling okay, there's no spikes in temperatures, that kind of thing. We'll do a rescreening when you arrive here at the summit. We'll also do daily wellness checks at the troop or crew site, so you'll be responsible for that, to do temp checks in your campsite before you go into public or into the dining hall, anything along those lines. We will be enforcing face coverings during many, if not all, activities. And just as an idea, you may want to get a jump on it and get your own custom troop or crew face masks or buff, just as an idea. And finally, we'll definitely be implementing social distancing. So the Summit Bechtel Reserve as a whole has a number of different operations that are running concurrently. What we're talking about primarily tonight is the James C. Justice National Scout Camp, but we also have available the Paul R. Christian National High Adventure Base for scouts that are age 13 or 14 and older, depending on which program you participate in. We also have training opportunities such as NAIL, Wood Badge, and other things. And finally, of course, the National Scout Jamboree. So the three core things that we focus on for the James C. Justice National Scout Camp are activity exploration, advancement opportunities, and scouting traditions. Digging into some resources and information that you're going to want to have, we'd encourage you to go to summitbsa.org/scoutcamp, or you can scan this QR code over here on the right-hand side. I'm going to see if I can scoot this over, close it. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. But our leader's guide is available on that site. Our program schedule is available under quick links. So that's going to be your basis and best ability to find resources as you're planning and preparing to come to the Summit Vector Reserve and the James C. Justice National Scout Camp. So what does registration and check-in look like? Well, before you get here, we're going to want to make sure that we have your merit badges registered. That process is in place now for a couple of the early weeks, but especially if you might consider coming later on in the summer, especially so that you have an opportunity to book those merit badges and be in line with everybody else. We use a system that's called Black Pug. You may or may not be familiar with it, but it's a very user-friendly system, and that's how we book our merit badges ahead of time. When you get here, you'll arrive at the Ruby, West Virginia Welcome Center, which is right off of State Route 19. We'll want you to arrive sometime between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. You'll meet our registration team, complete any paperwork review, turn in any paperwork that you need, and medical rechecks. You'll receive wristbands, maps, program schedules, all of the normal stuff that you would have, as well as your campsite assignment. Once you get through that check-in process, you will drive then to the Summit proper site, where we'll have staff that will be there to help you get your campsite set up. Just as a general statement, I think there might be a few folks that have their microphone on, and just as courtesy across the board for everyone, if everybody could mute their microphone if they don't have a question, that would be super helpful so that we can continue and share this content. Thank you so much. So what do we require? Every participant's going to need that BSA completed health annual medical record, parts A, B, and C. There is a specific Summit risk acknowledgement that we ask everybody fill out. And then one of the unique things, not quite unique, but certainly it's focused here at the Summit, is we have access to the New River, which is some of the best whitewater in the world. So we'll talk about that a little bit more, but if your scouts want to participate in the whitewater activities that we offer, there is a whitewater risk acknowledgement that we need everybody to have signed. We ask that every unit fill out their unit swim classification record and conduct their swim checks prior to arrival to help ease in that process and make the check-in process more smooth. So you don't need to do swim checks here at the Summit. We ask that everybody do that ahead of time, so that's one less thing you have to do as a part of your check-in. We'll of course need copies of all your youth protection verification, and just as a reminder, all of this paperwork should be sorted by type, not by person. So let's get into the program facilities, the things that you really want to know about. We've got a variety of activities and program facilities here at the Summit. Those things include Action Point, the Big Zip is one of our banner events, Boulder Cove, Brownsea Island. We have Gateway and Legacy Villages. We have Goodrich Lake. We have shooting ranges. And of course, the new River Gorge National River, and now actually National Park and Preserve. New this year, that title has just changed, and we're very proud to be partnered with the new River Gorge National Park and Preserve. So what's an Action Point? We have things available to you like canopy tours, BMX racetracks, a skate park. We have the Craft and Sportsman's Complex, which is a hunter's education area where we do hunter's education. There's a great museum piece, but the really fun part is the skills center. It's essentially laser shot. So you have the ability to walk in, pick up what feels like real firearms. They are of course laser guns, but you can do anything from steel challenged, a bunch of different skill activities where you can test out and get a feel for what shooting real firearms looks like. And it's just a lot of fun, a lot of competition in and amongst the scouts. And finally, the Console Energy Bridge is another big draw to that area and something really cool to see here at the Summit. So talking about Boulder Cove, climbing and rappelling are two great programs that we offer. Climbing merit badge, of course. COPE, again, depending on where our COVID-19 protocols stand at the time, we may or may not offer the low course, but you certainly would have the high course available to you in Action Point. And so those are some of our climbing opportunities for you. And so you can see down here in this bottom left, that wall that you see there. It is an absolutely incredible facility painted by Disney engineers and looks, we have so many people that ask, man, how did you find just this perfect rock sticking out of the side of the hill? Well, it was engineered that way, but it's a lot of fun and a lot of really cool opportunity for our scouts to participate in. So Brownsea Island in our outdoor skills area, our Brownsea Island beginner camper program is designed for those scouts who may be going through the tenderfoot, second class, and first class rank requirements. We'll get them most of the way through most of those requirements. They will not have an opportunity to earn a merit badge during the day. There are opportunities in the evening to earn merit badges through the Brownsea Island program. And our camp is, again, relatively new. We've been in operation since 2015, I believe, the National James C. Justice National Scout Camp, and we're really coming into our own and growing. And so this year we're feeling some of those growing pains in a very positive way. And from participants that we had last year, we're having a lot of units that are coming back and filling this Brownsea Island program to the point where they're sending us 60, 70, 80 folks, and we're trying to figure out with our staffing to be able to provide enough staff. We've got it figured out, but ultimately we're really excited because we feel like we've run a quality program. That's all the feedback that we've gotten year over year, and we're really seeing the dividends to that this summer of 2021. Our outdoor skills area is another scout camp program venue where you can earn things like camping merit badge, wilderness survival, and any number of other merit badges that you can find on our program schedule. And again, that's conveniently located right down the street in our C2 subcamp. So our nature lodge, we have a number of different nature areas. Our primary location is located at the D2 Pavilion, so again, right in the center of camp. But in addition to that, we have a fish camp that's located on Goodrich Lake East. The Sustainability Treehouse, which you've got a nice photo of here in the presentation, is just an incredible facility that gives a lot of education. We will teach classes in there as well. And then, we'll do some other great programs and activities like bird hikes and star parties for your scouts to enjoy during their time at the summit. So what's in the Scott Visitor Center? So that's kind of that central location at the summit. If you're familiar with it, it's kind of focused around the arena. If you've been to a national or a world jamboree, but we've got zip lines, we've got the Sustainability Treehouse. We have a newly opened Tillerson Leadership Center, which is where we teach our STEM merit badges. There's a trading post located there. BB&T Point, the AT&T Stadium. Again, if you're a scouting nerd and you just want, and you haven't made it to a jamboree yet, just come in to see the scope and the scale of everything that's available at the summit is huge. And then the Scott Visitor Center itself, which has a really nice scouting memorial or scouting history museum in it, is definitely something that your troop or crew should visit while you're here at the summit, including, I believe, one of Baden Powell's original kudu horns, which if you're in Wood Badge, you know what that means, but it's a really cool thing to go see. So at Goodrich Lake, we have a number of different lakes, but part of one of those is where we do our main aquatic activities. And so that's going to involve things like kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding. There's an incredible boardwalk that you can hike in the morning for some great wildlife views. Hot off the presses this week, we are going to be able to, we feel confident that we can open at least part of our water reality program that we have available. So those are inflatable toys. Really are, again, working with COVID-19, our big challenges are avoiding person-to-person contact. But we're working through some of these challenges to find solutions and sprays that we can spray on our touchable items so that we can have our scouts in a safe manner participate in a lot of these different activities that maybe we missed out on in 2020. Shooting ranges. We offer rifle shooting, static archery, 3D archery, Laporte, tomahawk, and shotgun shooting, which is not on the list, but that was a big demand from our participants last summer, so we added that merit badge for this summer. And that shotgun merit badge specifically doesn't take place at the scout camp shooting ranges. That will be a buy-up opportunity for participants to go up into the high adventure areas, to the barrels and the bows, to participate in a full-day shotgun shooting merit badge. Centrally located, again, is our Pigott Administration Building. So this is our on-site headquarters, site of our Arts and Media Merit Badges. It's home to 2 40-person classrooms. It's a great hangout for adult leaders if you need to charge up your phone, grab some coffee, if you want to play some board games, things along those lines. That's where you go for any merit badge questions that you have, as well as our primary trading post for our Scout Camp participants at the bunker. And the New River Gorge, we offer a couple of different programs for whitewater, all of which are going to be ages 12 and older, or excuse me, the whitewater rafting will be 12 and older. The Whitewater Merit Badge will be any and all available scouts. So the Whitewater Merit Badge is a full day on the Upper New, class 1 through 3 rapids, whereas whitewater rafting would be on the Lower New, which is, if you've done rafting on the New River, that's typically the trip most folks take. So that's going to be in a large 8-person raft. That's going to be class 1 through 4+ rapids. And that's a half day. So the half day program is a $75 additional fee. The full day program is a $95 additional fee. But that is well worth it, and one of those once in a lifetime scout camp type opportunities to go rafting on the New River. So other activities and programs that we're working towards. So obviously opening and closing campfires. We believe at this point, based on COVID, that we can do that in a safe manner in person. So we'll be doing opening and closing campfires, of course, optional and by choice of each unit, if whether or not you feel comfortable doing that, but we feel confident and safe that we can do that. Appalachian Celebration is a Wednesday night event that will feature live music, field games, vendors and exhibits, and other activities that the entire property will come together to participate in. We'll have religious services and of course, other competitions and special events that will be available to you throughout the course of the week. So adult leader programs, we are encouraging adults to come and participate in, helping support merit badges, the Brownsea Island program. There is an adult leader merit badge that we encourage folks to participate in, which kind of gives you a full taste of everything that the summit has to offer. And of course, cook-offs and competitions, as long as we can do those in a COVID-friendly manner. Things to think about as you're preparing or considering coming here to the Summit Bechtel Reserve. All of this cool stuff that we've talked about, all of the program equipment is provided. So that includes personal protective equipment that is sanitized and ready to go for you, helmets, pads, harnesses, ropes, all that stuff is available for you. Bikes, skateboards, firearms and ammunition, bows, we provide it all. Participants are welcome, but not required to bring things like climbing shoes or a chalk bag. Skateboards must be inspected by our director to make sure that it's safe. We know the history of all of our safety equipment and all of our program equipment, so we prefer that you use ours, but we will consider those on a case-by-case basis. If your scouts are interested in doing things like the skateboarding, BMX, or mountain bikes, make sure that you bring a second pair of shoes. We don't just want you wearing hiking boots on a BMX bike or a skateboard. It's not real conducive for those types of activities. We'd encourage you to think about bringing a second pair of shoes, which is always a good practice, like tennis shoes or sneakers, but skate shoes would certainly be the best option. And then the swimming ability, again, swim tests should be performed ahead of time. And you must be a swimmer to participate in any and all aquatic activities that we have. Other award opportunities that we provide as well: kayaking BSA stand-up paddleboarding award, mile swim, the Summit Survival Challenge. We have a Duty to God award that you can earn, as well as the Summit Sustainability Award. What does the Summit provide? We will provide dome tents and cots, and based on our COVID rules and regulations, we still feel that we would like to play it on the safe side. So we're going to ask that each troop camp one person per tent, so one tent, one person, one cot. We will also provide dining flies and picnic tables for you, and an above ground fire ring. The shower facilities at the Summit are nice facilities, but they are ambient temperature. So they are not necessarily what I would call warm, but it does come with flush toilets and urinals, so that is a nice perk with mirror sinks and potable water that you can get out of those venues. So pro tip, if you want to bring a solar shower, that's a great opportunity, and there's a way that you can hang those up within your campsite, or within your campsite and within the shower. And then another really nice perk is we have AT&T Wi-Fi that's available site-wide, so you can get on your computer, you can get on your phone and access Wi-Fi if you need it in your campsite or around the property. Most venues and locations will have access to that. So we were talking about those shower facilities a minute ago. Here's just a quick picture of the shower facilities. There's 3 to a set, and those can be customized depending on the needs of the area and the group around those shower houses, but they can be customized to male, female, adult, youth. And here's just a picture of our D2 pavilion. This is the summer site for our base camp, as well as merit badge classes and other events that will go on in the scout camp. Another nice new perk and new addition to the summit, we've built 2 new dining halls. This is a picture of one of them, brand new facilities in 2019, and just they put out some gosh darn good camp food, so be prepared for that. Our summit staff, 240 staff that are experienced, all adults, all 18 years in age and older. They are all problem solving and ready to go. They go through at least 3 weeks of training, if not more, to be prepared for your scouts and units to come stay with us. So we're really excited for the opportunity to serve your scout troop at the Summit Bechtel Reserve this summer. Happy to answer and address any questions that you might have. Again, here is our contact information if you want to reach back out to us, and we can share this slide deck with you, with your council later, so you can review these at your leisure after the fact. And again, just encourage everybody, go to summitbsa.org/scout camp, email us or call us at summit.program@scouting.org, or give us a holler at 304-465-2800. Subject to any questions the group might have.
All right, did you see that one? We got Pete Casola asking what weeks are available.
Yep, so most of our weeks are available. Let me just, if you don't mind, I'll take this 2 seconds here and go to summitbsa.org. But I believe most, if not all of our weeks still have some availability depending on unit size. And so if you come here, go to register on our website, and it will give you availability and we'll get you right in line. I have another question: are there staff positions still open? Absolutely, we still are hiring staff, and that's just a great pitch. So, you know, to this group, we would certainly are not happy that your council has had to make the choice of closing your camp this summer. It's never an easy decision. And this is something I just want to speak openly about real quick with the group. We understand that, you know, we may be an option for you in 2021 to come to summer camp, but we know full well that we are a stopgap to keep your scouts engaged in the scouting program until your camp has the opportunity to open back up in 2022. And so we want you to keep your kids engaged, but we also want you to go back and support your local council or whatever summer camp you've been going to in the past. And to that point, yes, we still have staff positions that are available, and the same thing goes for that. We'd love to hire your staff. summitbsa.org/jobs would be the best way to apply for those positions. We do ask that everybody is 18 and up who would consider coming to work for us, but we're happy to have any and all dialogue with those folks. So that, I hope, answers that question. With regard to how to register for 2021, you go to that registration page, click on register now for 2021, and we do have all of those sites, or all of our weeks, available.
And Matt, there's one more, and that was, what is the fee?
Yep, the fee is $420 a person. However, I believe that there may be some discount or some deal struck with your council, so don't take that. That's the face value of what we charge, but depending on what Bill has worked out with your council, there may be a discount to that.
Yep, Matt, I want to jump in here. This is Ray Ashimba, Scout Executive of the council. So Matt Judge, our council president, and myself did work with Bill and negotiated a fee for $400 to attend the summit this year. So we got a great discounted price. So we thank you guys for that. Like you mentioned earlier, we want nothing more to have been open ourselves this summer, but the summit provides a great opportunity for scouts. Last summer, I took my 2 sons down to the summit, and they just want to go back. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. You get a little bit of, it's just one of those experiences that your scouts go one time and they'll remember it for the rest of their lives. It's just a great experience for them, and the staff is great at the summit. So thank you guys for helping support our program. Greatly appreciate it.
Just so everybody knows tonight, we've requested that all the presentations that you're going to see, any slideshows or contact information, to be forwarded us to here at the Scout office, and we will email that information out to everybody that signed up for tonight's presentation. At this time, I'd like to introduce Brian Murray, and Brian is from the Twin Rivers Council, and he's representing Rotary Scout Reservation tonight. Brian, I believe you've got full presenter powers now. And
all right, thank you so much, Thomas.
That entails, so deal with it wisely.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so my name is Brian Murray. I'm here from Twin Rivers Council, Rotary Scout Reservation. Just hold on one second here. I'm getting a problematic alert here when I try to open up the screen share. Give me 1 second here, folks. Having a little technical issue, I guess. I'm not sure why that's doing that. All right, let's try that. Okay, Thomas, this is telling me that I've got to restart my GoToMeeting in order to make the changes that I just made for this. So I apologize. I'm going to have to log out and log right back in to this, and I can start up again when we come back. Or if you want to go to the other, I apologize for this. I tried. I had this set up on a GoToMeeting account earlier.
Just a quick second to restart, and we'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay, I'll be right back in. Sorry, folks.
Yep.
Thomas, sorry, I managed to kick myself out of the meeting. So this is Matt Reinick again from Summit. I don't know if I missed anything in closing, but again, appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit with you guys, and hope we have an opportunity to serve a few of your units this summer.
So because we're rolling with the flow here, if anybody have any more questions for Matt, since you know, we're trying to get Brian back up on here. Oh, there's Brian.
There we go. That was faster than I expected. Sorry, folks. I did try this out earlier today with GoToMeeting, and it all worked fine, but I don't know what was going on with that. But let's try one more time on this. Still giving me another alert thing.
Is it a PowerPoint?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to restart one more time. Apologize.
That's all right.
Is it a PowerPoint? You want to just email it over?
Hey, I blame COVID, folks. All right. If it wasn't for COVID, we'd do this in person, and things would be easier. But just bear with us as we're dealing with the technology issues. Brian, if you can't make it work, what we could do is you could email me or one of my staff that's on, and we could load it ourselves and just run it off one of our computers.
Okay, I think I'm good.
There we go.
Apologize for that, folks. The problem is it's not actually PowerPoint, it's the Mac keynote. So that's makes it a little bit tougher. So I apologize for that, folks. I really did try this out, did a dry run this morning just to make sure, because I'm used to Zoom more often than I am with the GoToMeeting. So appreciate your patience with me on that one. A little embarrassing to start off with, but hopefully you'll you'll bear with me. So let me try this again. My name is Brian Murray, and I am the camp director at Rotary Scout Reservation in the Twin Rivers Council, just a little bit to your east here. We are located just outside of Albany in Rensselaer County, and we are looking forward to an outstanding summer of summer camp this year. So I trust you can all see my screen now. We have beautiful Davitt Lake, our pond that we use for our operations here. And I do have a video, which I believe you may not be able to hear the audio on, but we'll give that a shot here. And if the audio is just a little bit of music, so you're not going to be missing anything. And you can check that out. If you can't hear the audio, you can check it out on our YouTube page or website afterwards. But
Yeah, Brian, unfortunately, this platform doesn't support the sound with the video.
all right, so again, you may have missed out on the rocking music, but as I said, you can check that out on our YouTube page. We'd be happy to share that with folks. We are a traditional summer camp with a little bit of a smaller operation than I think the Summit, but so I don't think I can compare on the scale of that one. We're going to run about 750 to 800 campers this summer, most likely, and that's a nice number for us there. We have, as you can see there, about nine different program areas. Most of them are ones that you're probably most familiar with. One, maybe not. Community safety. That's a program that we created that has a number of merit badges: first aid, safety, emergency preparedness, fingerprinting, search and rescue merit badge. A lot of the merit badges that go along with that particular theme. We offer over 40 different merit badges, and so you can see the full list there of the badges that we'll be offering this summer. We also have a STEM week program that I'll talk about in a moment here. That's our last week of the season, week 6. But good representation of merit badges throughout the various program areas there. In addition to our merit badge program, we have several specialty programs that the youth really enjoy. Our Trail to First Class program, I know that that's going to be a real key this summer. I mean, the fact that camps, certainly in New York State, were not able to operate last summer means we've got 2 years of new scouts that really haven't had the opportunity to do a first-year camper program. And so that's something that we're really emphasizing this year. We're making sure we've got top-notch staff in that area to make sure that those scouts that have missed out on so many scouting opportunities in the last year are able to really experience that, work on those outdoor skills, and work on their advancement. I mentioned the staff. I think that's, I just want to bring attention to that one. That's one area where I feel very strongly about the quality of our staff. I've been camp director for over 20 years now, and my program director has been on the staff even longer than I have, in a number of different roles. And we've got a ranger that's been there for 20 years, and between the 3 of us and other key leaders, we've really worked on building a kind of a tradition of very strong staff building. So starting with CITs to junior staff and to senior staff members, as people move up and replace those who have to go on to full-time professional occupations, we've really developed a strong program there for the quality of staff, and strong ratios for the staff members working with your scouts as well. So that's something that we pride ourselves on, and I've already got staff is pretty much set for this summer, and we're looking really good there. 1 or 2 positions available, but basically we're in a really strong position there with a lot of returning staff members. In terms of our other specialty programs, we do offer Project Cope, as well as climbing and rappelling. You can see a picture there of our 40-foot climbing tower that was built just about 5-6 years ago, and features, you can see some of the features that are built onto the sides of the walls there that make this a really exciting challenge for scouts that are working on the climbing merit badge, or for any adult leaders that want to come up and try the climbing as well. Stand-up paddleboarding, sailing, and kayaking are all key activities down at our waterfront program. BSA Lifeguard is an outstanding program for older youth, and once they complete that program, they have the scouts that earn that have the opportunity to work anywhere in New York State. It's recognized by the state of New York for pools and parks and their favorite scout camp to go and work as an opportunity there. I mentioned STEM Week a few minutes ago. Our last week of the season is our STEM Week program. This is a tradition we've been doing now for about 7-8 years, and we offer STEM-themed merit badges and NOVA awards on top of the complete traditional program that we offer the rest of the season. So the scouts that come for that week 6 program are getting a plus added experience by getting the STEM program. And those merit badges are typically taught by not members of our own staff, but we bring in instructors, merit badge counselors that are people who are either professionals in those fields or strong hobbyists in those particular fields, depending upon the topics. So they're very knowledgeable about those programs and are able to deliver a really strong quality experience. Our CIT program, as I mentioned, alluded to a moment ago, is a strong feeder for us for developing that strong staff tradition. And we do have spaces available for our CIT program this year. So if there's any scouts who are interested in, maybe we're looking forward to maybe working at camp this summer. If they're 15 years of age and a minimum first class, they can take part in our CIT program. And I also want to mention our Waupamani Treks program. We're in a similar situation, I think, to the Longhouse Council in that we have 2 resident camps, one of which was closed this summer for resident camp. That was Camp Waupamani. And our council is concentrating our program experiences at Rotary Scout Reservation. We've got a number of the troops from Waupamani that are joining us this summer. But one of the aspects of the Waupamani program that we are keeping is the Trek program. So if there are any units out there that are interested in doing an Adirondack Trek program, you can certainly reach out to me and we can put you in contact with the people that are running that program to do a week-long canoe or hiking trek up into the Adirondack Park. So a lot of fantastic specialty programs in addition to the merit badges. It's not all merit badges that the scouts are interested in. In terms of our value, we offer a healthy, high-quality food service. You can see our fee there is all-inclusive. The fee covers everything that the scouts need. All program supplies, ammunition, handicraft supplies, all that kind of stuff is all included in the fee. The only thing they have to pay for is their slushies, but the rest of it is all included in that program fee. The pictures, obviously, there's probably the disclaimer. I know BSA puts these disclaimers on their photos. Obviously, the photos are from a pre-COVID environment, so you're not seeing the masks that you'll see this summer. The picture of the food buffet line there, we will not be using a buffet this season. We'll be doing a cafeteria style service. Obviously, we're taking safety is top priority for us with operating camp. I don't know what the regulatory situation is in terms of West Virginia, but I know one of the things that we're dealing with in New York is the fact that the governor has not yet released what the COVID regulations are going to be for summer camps, which has made things a little bit more tricky for us. We have a plan, we know what we're planning to do, but until New York State tells us what their guidelines are going to be, there's a little bit of a guessing game involved in that. But one of the things that we know certainly that we're going to be doing is we will be shifting to more of a cafeteria style service for our meals, and we'll be stretching out our meal times in the dining hall so that we can rotate units through the dining hall and maintain that social distancing. We'll be maintaining social distancing, of course, in our program areas and other activities as well. COVID screenings when the scouts come into and units come into camp, of course, daily COVID screenings by the units during the week. So we will be taking all the precautions necessary to ensure that everyone, staff, leaders, and scouts are safe. Provisional camping is something that's worked out really well for us. If there are any scouts there that maybe are looking for an extra week of camp or a week of camp that their troop is going, but they can't go that week, they want to go a different week, something along those lines, we are still offering our provisional camping opportunity where scouts are brought in and given the opportunity to be hosted for the week by one of our strong existing units, and they have a great time with that. If anybody manages to come back for a second week this summer, has a great time and wants to come back, there is a second week discount. Second week is only $250. So that's a really great opportunity for a scout that is having a good time and wants to come back, maybe wants to do the STEM week after their troop has been to camp. And new this year, the council is offering a sibling discount. So if there are any siblings that are part of the unit, there's a $40 discount for the sibling. So we have I believe that we offer a really tremendous value for the program that we provide there. I know the question is going to come up as far as availability for us for this season. I mentioned before, we are already sort of merging 2 camps into one property this summer, but we do still have availability. The only week that is closed for us is week 3. That's the July 18th to 24th week. Other than maybe a 2Zs, 3Zs, really small unit that we might be able to squeeze in there. We're basically full on that week. And week 5, which is August 1 through 4, is a Cub Scout resident camp for us. So we're not hosting Scouts PSA resident camp that week, but of course, if any of you are affiliated with any Cub Scout resident or Cub Scouts that might be interested in a resident camp program, that is available that week. And when we look at the other weeks, week 2, we have a limited availability, probably just 1 good sized troop or maybe 2 smaller units that could fit into week 2. Week 4 has a little bit more availability. Weeks 1 and 6 have the greatest availability. I have a lot of flexibility with those 2 weeks to be able to fit multiple units into those troops, or into those weeks. If you look at our website, we do have the registration chart up there that lists the units that are coming each week. You'll see that all of our campsites are full. We've got over 70 troops coming to camp this summer, but a lot of them are very small or on the smaller side, so we can make accommodations to fit other units into those weeks. I mentioned that we do still have wide availability for week 6, which is our STEM week program. So that's a great opportunity for folks. Certainly happy to take any questions from folks there. You see my name is up there, my email address. Best way to start to begin a dialogue about opportunities for your troop this summer. And we do have online registration for the payments, and we'll have online registration for merit badges as well. That has not happened yet, so you guys haven't missed anything in terms of being able to register for the program this summer. Our website, please check it out. We've got full details on all of our programs, as well as our Cub programs as well. But each program area, we've got full details on the different merit badges that we offer there. There's some promotional videos. The video that I showed at the beginning with sound is available on that website, as well as many other resources. We are active on Facebook and YouTube. I have been holding monthly roundtable meetings for all of our parents and unit leaders and those interested in summer camp to maintain that transparency as we're working through this COVID environment and opening of a camp in a COVID environment together. Next one is scheduled for next Monday. The prior meetings are recorded and posted to our YouTube page, so you're welcome to check those out along with some other promotional videos and a really cool history of the camp, multi-episode history of the camp. But we also will be recording Monday's meeting and posting that as well if anybody has any interest in checking that out. But as I said, if you're interested in joining us this summer, it's a fantastic program, fantastic staff. We're going to have a very safe environment this summer, but also a very fun one. I know I think I probably speak for all of the presenters here tonight. I'm glad to see that there was a nice turnout here this evening. The situation certainly is unfortunate for the council and for the fans of Henderson. But the important thing is, whether you choose us, whether you choose the Summit or other properties that you're looking at for camp this summer, including the weekend programs that were promoted at the beginning of the session here, I think we would all agree the most important thing is that we get scouts out to camp. It's been a long time for them. It's been a difficult experience, obviously, with COVID. So we want to make sure we get everybody out to camp this summer. Thomas, I'm not sure I can see let's see if I can see the chat, if there's anything in there.
I don't see anything just yet, but
okay.
again, folks, they're going to send us all their information and we're going to ship that out to you by email, everything that everybody's presenting. So if you have any other questions, if not, I'm going to ask Paul if you can set Chris up, and I'm going to introduce Chris Ambra. He's from the Baden Powell Council, and he's going to be talking about some of the programs they're going to have to offer for us this summer. Take it away, Chris.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Ambra. I'm the Council Program Director and Camp Director for Baden Powell Council. On here also is our Scout Executive, Matthew Bull. He has a few things he's waving down there, at least on my screen. It's in the corner. So I'm going to get started right here. I'm going to echo what Brian said. We're sorry this is going on with Camp Henderson. The important thing is we want to see all scouts have a chance to go to camp. Hopefully you can see the PowerPoint there. Give me just a second. Okay, TUSCARORA Quest Adventures. This is our summer camp this year. We took summer camp, turned it on its head. We have no more picnic table summer camp. And what that means is your scouts will come to our camp. Your scouts will experience what scouting was meant to be. In the past, they would come to camp. They would sit for merit badge class, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and so on and so forth. We put those merit badges into a quest format. Each scout can choose their own quest. It does not have to be for a troop. They will go, and in that quest adventure, they will earn anywhere between 3 and 5 merit badges, but they will get to pick and choose what they do as they do it during the program time. So instead of sitting at a picnic table to learn about canoeing, they may get in the water and they may do 2 or 3 requirements that do activities that fulfill 2 or 3 requirements at the same time. Some of the highlights of our camp with our quest adventures is our shooting sports marksman adventure. This includes our 22 rifles, archery, 20 gauge shotgun, and we'll go through some of those more, but we do have a full-fledged range down there for our scouts to come to. Aquatics adventures, and there's 2 parts to this, both the quest that we'll talk about shortly, as well as some attractions that will bring them there. Yes, we do have key logs. The current record for scouts is 45 seconds up on those logs. The current staff record is 18 seconds, and I wouldn't try it again at my age, but I did do it. So other things at our waterfront, wet and wild waterfront, we have small boat sailing, kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, rowing, and you can see the water slide there too. That's really, really popular. It has been tried out for 2021. The water temperature right now, or when we did it, was about 34 degrees, but it is ready to go. And we can't wait to see scouts on it again. It's been a very, very long time. Our 40-foot climbing and rappelling tower, it has 3 sides, progressively more difficult. They go from easy, moderate, and then much more difficult. And on the back side is the free rappelling side. That you will not see that in a quest. That is a separate standalone program. We will have climbing and rappelling offered both as just a standalone program and as well as a merit badge program. That will be offered in the afternoon into the evening each day. So here's our quest adventures. I'm going to talk just a little bit about those. So Mountain Dweller and Wilderness Sportsman fall under our Scoutcraft area. And this information is all available on our website, which we'll make sure that you have. They will earn, between 3 and 5 merit badges. And while they're earning those merit badges, they will also get to experience other things, such as with Mountain Dweller, as an example, cast iron cooking, pioneering, and monkey bridges, and outpost night. If we move on to our Trailblazers, which is our first-year campers program, this is the one program that we didn't really have to change. This was already a quest unto itself. Their quest is to earn those requirements to get them through tenderfoot second and first class. And in the process, they'll also earn fingerprinting and art merit badges. Indian Village and Trapper Shack fall in our handicraft department. They earn badges Indian lore, basketry, art, leatherwork, archaeology. And again, they're not going to sit down and earn each badge. They'll do something different from 9 to 12 and then 2 to 3. Marksman, again, that's our shooting sports program. World Scouting and STEM Challenger fall under our nature program. And I should point out that our nature director is a certified science teacher. It's not an 18-year-old fresh off the street. She's done this for us before. So she absolutely loves the STEM stuff that we do. and look to expand that as well for our scouts. Waterfronts, beaver hawk, and dolphin chase. This is where you can, this is your waterfront. Kayaking, canoeing, and BSA guard for one of them. The other one for beaver hawk is swimming, rowing, life-saving, and small boat sailing. Couple things to note about these quests. Yes, the scouts are going to earn those badges, assuming they do the requirements. What do you do if you get a scout that comes and he's got or she's already got one or two of those badges? That's okay. They can either get the review by being part of that quest, or they can pick another quest. In the afternoon, the other one is Eagle's Nest, Jack of all trades. That's a little bit more Eagle Scout orientated for those that are looking for those Eagle required badges. Our quests go from 9 to 12 and then 2 to 3. We'll talk a little bit more what happens at 3 o'clock here in a second. So from 3 to 5 p.m., we will offer independent study merit badges. And now that's got a couple pieces to it. One, if your scouts are coming from a previous year of camp and they have that pesky partial they want to finish up, this is the time to do it. We'll set them up with a merit badge counselor. They can work on it independently. If your scouts have a badge that's not listed as, it's not listed in one of our quests, or it is listed, they've already taken the merit badge and they would really like to get this badge, just ask us. From 3 to 5, we will set up a merit badge class if we have enough scouts tailored to those scouts. I've already had requests for a couple badges and we've already said yes. I won't promise to offer badges that we can't, like motorboating is not going to happen. We do have a 35-acre private lake. We're not going to be able to offer anything with motorboating or water skiing, but if we can say yes, we will do it. Climbing merit badge, as I said, will be offered in the evening, afternoon, evening. A couple other things at TUSCARORA. We have a newly renovated dining hall, and I do apologize for the spelling error there. It is not a dining hall, it is a dining hall, although we do have a bell, so at times it does ding. As well as our brand new shower house. The shower house was put in place in 2018. It is 10 stalls, 2 of which are ADA compliant, and it's, shower, toilet, and sink all in an enclosed space for your scouts or your leaders. Our dining hall was renovated in 2014 and is currently undergoing yet another small renovation where the dining hall bathrooms, fireplaces, and doors are all getting a makeover and an upgrade. We're very excited to see the results of that. Also new this year, at the dining hall and trading post, we will have fiber internet. We'll be able to stream from camp. We're very, very excited about this. TUSCARORA boasts 16 miles of hiking trails and 7 miles of mountain bike trails. Yes, we do have mountain bikes. Yes, your scouts can take them out. The 16 miles are primarily, they're maintained trails. The mountain bike trails are new as of last year. They are the result of a ash harvest that we did, and we've maintained those trails. We have a mountain bike club that comes in and actually services the trails for us. Everything from beginner and the easy end of it to those real go-getters, scouts and leaders. We have it where you can do 7 miles. We had a troop do it this past fall. They were pretty tired when they were done, but they were very, very happy. Scout spirit, campfires, and more. Like with every camp, but I like to, I've been camp director now at TUSCARORA for 12 years. We have daily flag ceremonies, a weekly interfaith service, all while maintaining COVID restrictions and cleanliness. As obvious in these pictures, this is pre-COVID. We do have our tentative COVID plan up on our website, but as Brian said, we don't have direct guidance like every other camp in New York State. We do have a plan in place, but we're waiting to get more details on that. So get registered now, but hurry. Our 2021 camp dates are July 11th to 17th. We will give this to the Scouts of the Leatherstocking Council for our early bird price of $460. Yes, our early bird deadline passed. You Scouts were going someplace else. We will extend that early bird price to you. If we have enough interest, we will open up a dedicated week of camp just for your Scouts. The dates of that would be July 25th to July 31st. It would be, I won't say it would be exclusive to you, but it would be open specifically for you. Matthew, I don't know if you want to add anything to what I said before I talk about other camp.
Yeah. So Chris, thank you very much. Great presentation. Ray, Tom, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here speaking with all of you tonight to talk about Camp Tuscarora. Just to add to a couple of things to what Chris was talking about, you know, I've been a camp director for a long time. Chris has been a camp director. I'm sure all of you have been going to camp for a long time. And as a diehard scouter and camper and camp director, nothing breaks my heart more than to walk around camp and see scouts with their nose buried in a paper booklet, writing down notes at a picnic table while a 15-year-old stands there reading out of a book, talking about wilderness survival. We said, we're not going to play this game anymore. We're not going to do that. No more picnic table merit badges. What we want to focus on is truly the scouting skills. We want your scouts to find the stuff that they like the most. And we know what our kids are like. We got Scoutcraft kids, we got handicraft kids, waterfront kids, and then we got kids that kind of like everything. And we've got programs tailored to their specific tastes for adventure. And so that's what we did. We're trying to change the game here. We think that this is going to be the future of Boy Scout camping. On top of that, you know, we've got these set aside, the advancement, independent study merit badge times. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the tremendous stuff that Chris has put together in terms of the virtual merit badges. Through that program, we've developed a lot of just great partnership with subject matter experts. We're talking museums from all over the country, other scientists for STEM activities, that we're going to be able to tailor a program for what you guys want. I guess if I could boil it down to one word for TUSCARORA, our mantra this year is something called MARF. I don't know if you guys have heard this. MARF, maintain absolute rigid flexibility. We're here to offer you a program that you want and for your scouts and for you to have the experience that you want for your scouts. The other thing I'll tell you, at our council, we've made significant investments in comfort. Specifically, we're talking about toilets, and showers. You know, our shower house, we've all been to a lot of camps. It's brand new. You guys are going to be one of really the first group to really break it in. It looks great. We're fortunate enough to have a donor that gives us what we need to make sure that this building stays a top-notch, first-class, state-of-the-art shower house. The other thing that we've done this year, again, an investment in comfort, is upgraded our dining hall, bathrooms. I know, guys, this sounds silly, but trust me, when you get parents and moms coming to camp, these are the types of things that they look for. And I think your scouts will very much appreciate that. You know, it's a beautiful camp. We've got a lot of stuff here for you. And like Chris said, you know, through no fault of your own, your camp situation has changed. We're going to lock you into the early bird price that we give to our units in council. So that's going to be a discount from our normal fee. So we're going to lock that in for you. We've also got a survey that we can send to you, and we'll ask Tom if he's be willing to send that out. Really, we've got, you know, as Chris pointed out here, the dates below, we've got a lot of capacity that June 11th through 17th, but we also do have an opportunity here for you. If we can get, you know, 100 kids ready to go, we'll open up a week 3 specifically for you guys. And I'm sure between everybody here, we could put together 100 scouts and kind of have a week for all of you together at camp. So with that, you know, I think Chris is going to talk to us a little bit about Camp Barton. You know, we've got another camp up at the Finger Lakes. We're doing something a little bit different there. It's 3-day sessions. We've got water skiing, jet skis. You know, that's up on Cayuga Lake. I mean, you're talking, that's the second largest Finger Lake in the state of New York. Plus there's a 45-foot waterfall there. So we might be able to schedule with your unit some day trips to go up there and check it out if that's something you'd be interested in. And then if you've got scouts or families really looking for an additional adventure, we're talking, you know, maybe they don't want a whole second week at camp, but they want a 4-day adventure to go up to camp. We've got that available at Camp Barton. I see a chat has come up for the camperships and scholarships. So what I would say is, yes, we do have funds available. However, as I'm sure you would all understand, with the Baden Powell Council, we've got to take care of our scouts first, because that's who the camperships are designed for in our council. However, there could be some additional funds available there.
Hey, Matt, I'm just going to jump in real quick. There's Connie, there's plenty of local funds. Operation Sunshine Form, the campership form is online. Just submit that to the council and we'll see what we can do. We've got a lot of money we're actually sitting on since last year that we would love to use to send kids to camp. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. With that, Chris, I'll turn it back over to you if there's anything you wanted to add.
Yeah, I just wanted to go a little bit over Camp Barton. Matthew got it pretty good. It is 4-day sessions, and in those 4-day sessions, it's a similar type of quest adventure. It is not a merit badge based program. It is fully experiential. So we have jet ski, water ski program. We have a small and large boat sailing. Again, you're on Cayuga Lake. I am not talking about 35 acres. I'm talking about Cayuga Lake. We have the Finger Lakes experience, which will involve field trips to local attractions, things that Camp Barton and Ithaca area are known for, such as Museum of the Earth, Cayuga Nature Center, Montezuma Wildlife Refuge, and the local state parks. This is for $240 for the 4 days. There are additional fees for those field trips, but this is something that's geared for your scouts, all of your family. So you want something to do after you've been to camp for a week, come up to Camp Barton, bring your entire family up. Maybe your scout can work on one thing and your family can take sightseeing, or we can mix things up for you. But come see us, come see what we've got. And we hope to see you this summer.
Yeah. The last thing I'll touch on too is, I think everybody is concerned about safety this year, especially as we, regarding COVID. What I can tell you is that we were fortunate enough to secure some significant grant funding to underwrite some major additional COVID safety investments. So we've got staff members whose job is to just go around, clean, desanitize, or sanitize. They're not going to desanitize it. They're going to sanitize stuff. So we have made a major investment in safety as well for you and for our scouts.
All right.
All right.
I want to thank you guys. Again, just forward us your stuff and we'll make sure everybody gets it that signed into this presentation tonight. And at this point, I'm going to ask our Scout Executive, Ray, if you have anything you'd like to add before we close.
I do, and thank you, Matt and Chris and Mark Schweitzer out in Albany, and Brian Murray and Matt from the Summit for all. Whoops, what is going on here? 1 second here. Computer's doing something. Okay, for presenting this evening, greatly appreciate it. I just wanted to say that it really does break my heart that we can't open Henderson this summer. I mean, we looked at the numbers. It just didn't make any sense. We just could not, get over, even a couple hundred kids this summer. And I understand. I mean, the COVID has really taken a toll on our troops. It's just it's been hard. A lot of parents, including my own household, my wife is a lot more afraid to have our kids get back to normal and to play sports and to go to scout outings and everything. So, I mean, so we're a little bit divided, and I'm sure there's a lot of families out there that have those same concerns. And but the adventure's out there, and our kids deserve it. And I say it all the time that scouting happens because of all of our volunteers that live in your communities. It's you guys that make scouting happen every week. So, just because we're not operating Henderson normally, we're operating, a couple of 3-day weekends, utilize those weekends, go to one of our neighboring councils. Like I said, when I realized that we were going to open, the first thing I did the very next day was I called Matthew, and I called Mark Schweitzer out in Albany, and I said, hey, I need your help because I need places for my people to go, and I need to give them opportunities. So I wanted to make it as easy as possible for our volunteers to find a home for them. And then I had a connection at the Summit, and I just happened to have an opportunity to take a spring trip down there with my council president. And while we're down there, I cornered Bill, and he was pretty set on sticking to the 420. And so I got a $20 savings to get you guys down there. It's not a whole lot, but it's the best I could do. And that's a well worth trip. I mean, that's something that your kids, it might be the only one time they ever go to there, but it's a great experience. So, but just pick something, and get your kids out camping this summer. I just can't stress that enough. And I thank all you guys for what you do to keep our scouting program intact through this, global pandemic. I mean, it's been a little over a year now, and we're still alive. We're still here. We're a little bit smaller than we were with the number of kids, but I'm sure we're going to bounce back. I am very optimistic that, once schools get back to normal and we can get back out there, we can show the kids how exciting and what a great program that we have, and what a difference we make in our community. So, but once again, thank you to all our presenters. My own staff, thank you, Tom, and thank you, Paul, for really being flexible, and we've had to constantly change and move on the fly. And these two gentlemen, Paul and Tom, spent countless hours, developing programs. Then all of a sudden that program won't work, so we have to try this program, and we're going to continue to do that. And all of our councils around us are doing the same thing. So thank you to all the staffs out there that are making that happen. So I do have one final comment, because I want you all to pledge to go somewhere this summer to bring back great ideas. We don't steal in the Boy Scouts, we borrow. So bring back great ideas that you find in different camps. We need to have a meeting like this where we get to share what you guys all did with all of our volunteers in the council. Come back, share ideas of this summer, and let's bring that back to our program so we can make our program even better. So that's what I challenge you to do, is take away some great ideas and bring them back to us, and pledge that you're coming back to camp with us in 2022. That's what I need you to do. So with that, I'll turn it back to Tom, and that's all I have.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Thank you, everyone. Once again, we'll try to get this stuff emailed out to you tomorrow that we got the information for tonight. We'll have the presentations up on the website. We have recorded most of this. Sorry, Paul, I missed your first 2 minutes, but we can re-record Paul's part, and we'll have that all available. Again, if you have any other questions or need to get a hold of people, just let us know. Other than that, thank you everybody very much for joining us. Work weekend at Henderson is coming up. It's that first Saturday in June. So please get on the website and get signed up so we know how many people to feed and how many people we're going to have that weekend. Other than that, thanks everybody, and have a great night.